In this video, we're going to talk about adding and subtracting rational expressions. Remember, when you add fractions or subtract fractions, you need to have a same denominator or common denominator. So a over c plus b over c becomes a plus b over c. A over c minus b over c becomes a minus c over c. In both cases, c cannot equal to 0. So let's say you got 7 over 4x plus 3 over 4x. You have the same denominator, so we could add the numerators. You get 10 over 4x. And you could simplify because 2 goes into both of them. You get 5 over 2x. What about this one? Again, you have the same denominator, so you could subtract the numerators. You get 2x minus 5 over x plus 6. And this is as far as you could go. What if you had different denominators? Let's say 2 over 7 plus 3 over 21. Well, we need a common denominator, or we call it LCM. Least common multiple. What is the least common multiple of 7 and 21? It's 21. That is the smallest number that both 7 and 20 can go into. So how many times 7 goes into 21? 3. So we got to multiply 3 times 2, we get 6. Now notice, when you reduce 6 over 21, you end up getting 2 over 7. What about over here? There's no change in the numerator, so we're just going to keep 3. So what is that? That's going to be 9 over 21. In this case, you could reduce. 9 over 21 becomes 3 over 7. Because 3 goes into both 9 and 21. What about 1 over 5 minus 2 over 3? What is LCM, least common multiple? Well, the least number that both 5 and 3 can go into is 15. Now, 5 times what is 15? 3, right? So we got to multiply 3 on top. 3 times 1 is 3. Again, 3 over 15 is the same thing as 1 over 5. Now, 3 times what is 15? 5. So 5 times 2 will be 10. And note that 10 over 15 is the same thing as 2 over 3. So now we have the same denominator. Let's subtract. You get negative 7 over 15. Now we're going to use a similar concept when we subtract and add rational expressions when they have different denominators. So what will be the LCM of 4x and 8x squared? Let's focus on 4 and 8. What will be the LCM of 4 and 8? Well, it will be 8. Because 4 can go into 8 and 8 can go into 8. What about x and x squared? It should be x squared. Because x can go into x squared x times. X squared can go into x squared 1 time. So 8x squared is the LCM for both of these. Let's find the LCM for these two. What you want to do is you want to first factor it out. So it would be 4 quantity x squared minus 4. That's a difference of squares. So you get 4 times x plus 2 and x minus 2. What about this one? Let's take out the greatest common factor 6 first. So you get x squared minus 4x plus 4. And how do you factor this trinomial? You get x minus 2 times x minus 2, which is 6 times quantity x minus 2 squared. Now notice, 4 and 6. What is the LCM for 4 and 6? It's going to be 12. 12 is the smallest number that both 4 and 6 can go into. What about x plus 2? We have x plus 2 over here, but we don't. So we need to put x plus 2. Because both of these need to go in to LCM. Now what about x minus 2? We have x minus 2, but we have x minus 2 quantity square, so we have to choose quantity x minus 2 square, because both of these need to get into LCM. So what is the LCM for 4x and 7? Well, 4 and 7, LCM is 28. And you have x, and here you don't, so you just put x. Now notice, 4x can go into 28x, and 7 can go into 28x. So what we're going to do is we're going to put 28x minus 28x. 4x goes into 28x 7 times. So you got to do the same thing on top. 7 times 3 is 21. 7 times what is 28x? Well, it's 4x. So we need to multiply top by 4x. So you get 4x. Now, 21 minus 4x on numerator, and you get 28x. And that is as far as you could go. In order to add this, let's factor the denominators first. So you got x over quantity x minus 4 times x plus 3 plus 5 over 12 times the quantity x minus 4. Now what is the LCD? LCD will be, you have 12 and you don't have 12 over here, so we need 12. We have x minus 4 and we have x minus 4. So we just need x minus 4. You have x plus 3, but you don't. So we also need x plus 3. Because both of these need to go into LCM. Now, this times what is this right here? You need 12. So we got to multiply 12 on top. You get 12x. What about over here? 12 times x minus 4 times what will give you this? You need x plus 3. So we need to do the same thing on top. Now, if you simplify this, you're going to get this. So these two are the same thing. If you simplify this, you end up getting this. That's why these two are the same thing. It's just now we have the same denominator, LCM. So what do you do now? 12x plus 5 times the quantity x plus 3, which will be 12x plus 5x plus 15 all over 12 times the quantity x minus 4 times the quantity x plus 3. And you add up the like term, you get 17x plus 15 all over 12 times x minus 4 times x plus 3. And you could leave your answer like this. You don't have to multiply this out. In order to add this, we need to find LCM. So you got 9x squared, and you got 3x squared plus 3x. Let's factor that out. So 3x quantity x plus 1. So what is the LCM of these two? You have 9 and 3. So you need to choose 9. Because 9 and 3 can both go into 9. You have x squared and you have x. So you got to choose x squared. You have x plus 1, but you don't over here. So you have to put x plus 1. So now, both of these can go into 9x squared quantity x plus 1. So that is going to be our LCM. So let's put 7 over x squared plus x over 3x quantity x plus 1. And we know that our LCM is going to be 9x squared quantity x plus 1. 9x squared quantity x plus 1. So what do you need from 9x squared to get to this? You're missing x plus 1. So you got to multiply quantity x plus 1 to the top. What about over here? You need 3x. So 3x times x is 3x squared. And now you'll get, this is going to be 7x plus 7. So you end up getting 3x squared plus 7x plus 7. All over 9x squared. Quantity x plus 1. And this is your final answer. I want to make a final comment. Let's say you have 5x over x minus 1 minus x minus 3 over x minus 1. You have a common denominator, so you could subtract. Now be careful though, you have a minus. And you have a quantity x minus 3. So don't forget to distribute the negative. So this is the same thing as 5x minus quantity x minus 3 all over x minus 1. So you end up getting 5x minus x plus 3 all over x minus 1. So you get 5x minus x, which is 4x plus 3 all over x minus 1.